is a Learfield presentation of the Blue Devils Sports Network. Live from GRUB, this is the Duke Women's Basketball Radio Show. Our coverage of Duke Women's Basketball has been brought to you by Coca-Cola. They say Coke Zero is irresistibly tasty. Does that make it the best Coke ever? Find out for yourself. Alongside head coach Carol Lawson, here's the voice of Duke Women's Basketball, Chris Edwards.
Welcome to GRUB and our latest Carol Lawson radio show of the season. I'm Chris Edwards. It's great to have you with us, Coach. Always good to be with you. And coming off the bye week, we'll talk about the bye week. I want to talk about the game last week as well, that 69-38 win at Pittsburgh a week ago Thursday. Did you think back on Thursday's game? What pleased you most about the effort from your club?
I just thought that their focus, their discipline, their communication, that was probably one of our best communication games. And it's something we've been working to grow in. Just their communication with each other. You know, on the court, and their recognition of things and calling that out to one another, the communication between the bench and the court amongst the players. I just thought that was one of our best games in that, and we challenged them to just keep improving in that as you get deeper into the season and you know the games get more difficult and teams know you a little bit more. You know, the atmospheres are more intense. There's going to be games, you know, here in February, they're not going to be able to hear me.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's really important that they can hear each other because they're the ones out there playing. They're the ones on the court together. They have to have that strong communication with one another. So, honestly, that's what I was most pleased with from our group in Pittsburgh.
Does that just come with playing together and knowing each other's tendencies and where everybody's supposed to be as a group?
You know, I think it comes with understanding. Yes. I mean, think about it. If you're not 100% comfortable with what you're doing, which is a lot of times the case early on for young players because it's their first time playing in our system and maybe first time calling terminology, you know, first time learning terminology. If you're not 100% sure you're right, are you going to scream it at the top of your lungs? No, you probably won't even raise your hand in class if you don't think you're going to be right. So there is some of that. As they get more confident, understanding our schemes and understanding all that stuff, they now can be more vocal. And then a lot of it is prodding by our staff, our assistants, staying on them and talking to them about being vocal and about understanding that that's a big part of how successful we can be. And you don't have to be an extrovert. You don't have to be someone that loves to talk. We try to frame it in a way of hey, this is what the team needs for you to be successful. If you don't call that screen, even if you're an introvert, you're probably going to get your teammate running into a screen, which is not ideal. And no player on our team wants that to happen,
Sure.
right? So some of them take a little more convincing than others to just be more vocal. But I think overall it's been a good growth for us.
We talked a lot during the show last week about being able to win on the road and for your team to be able to go on the road, play well, get the win in league play. What does that do for the confidence and the psyche of your group, knowing that you've got some challenging road environments coming up in the final 8 games of the season?
Yeah, I mean, you know, the year as it has gone, you know, you know, I think we maybe have 4 road wins now on the season, and you know, just continued to talk about it and continued to explain to them hey, these tests are going to keep coming, and so we got a choice. We can either decide that we're going to play with the effort worthy of deserving a win on the road, or we're not. And just stay with it. What you're doing is close. We're close. It will come. We're close. We're getting better. And so I was proud with how they played. And I'm sure that was a confidence booster for our group.
Isn't it important, though, to see results? Because you say we're close, we're close. You can keep saying that, but until they get the result, they've got to experience that for themselves, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, that's the part about just sport and growth that's really hard is we all want results right away. We all want to see the improvement now, and that's not always how it goes. You know, you have to be patient with results. You have to be patient with your growth. But it is nice to have that reaffirmed and to have, you know, that kind of stamped. Yeah, if we do this, this will work. I'm sure that's positive.
Let's talk a little bit more about the Pittsburgh game. I want to talk about the defense specifically. 38 points you mentioned. They made 14 field goals, only 2 3-pointers. Are you pleased with your team's attention to detail and the scheme in that game?
Yeah, I mean, we had really struggled. We had really struggled defending the three-point line. And if you look at the numbers in the conference games, we had given up, a really good percentage relative to the rest of the ACC teams from beyond the arc. And that's not all luck. That's not all bad luck. Some of that is attention to detail and, focus on the scheme. And so I thought in that game in particular, we did do that. Certainly, there's an element of you could contest a shot very well and it can go in. But if you contest your fair share really strongly, the numbers show. I mean, it's actually statistical. The numbers show like a highly contested shot is going to go in less of the time than a lightly contested shot or even an open shot. Those are numbers that are shown in basketball over and over every year, every level. So we just want strong contests, and we feel like if we can get strong contests, then that will help us with the field goal percentage.
Forced 19 turnovers in that game last Thursday. Pleased with the half-court defense that your team played?
Yeah, I mean, I think this team is just continuing to grow and how we can layer our defense in what we're doing. And, they're showing a greater capacity to impact teams in different ways. And so, we haven't been a great team in terms of taking care of the ball on the offensive end. So it was nice to be able to do that and impose our will in that way on the defensive end to be able to get some extra possessions.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back to grow and have more with Coach coming up after this on the Blue Devil Sports Network from Learfield.
And we're back with the action. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an irresistible taste and zero sugar, Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any sports fan. So make sure you... Wait, Jim, I didn't mean try it right now. We're still on the air.
Best Coke ever? Take a taste, Jen.
Really?
No, not right now, Jen. We got a game to call.
Going to hoist up a three. How about another dagger?
This is Duke head women's basketball coach Kara Lawson. When it comes to keeping our team healthy, we turn to the team at Duke Sports Medicine. They offer full-service sports medicine care at locations throughout the Triangle, where you can see the same experts used by Duke Athletics. Make an appointment or learn more at dukehealth.org/sportsmedicine. Go Duke.
The crowd will rise as one, and what a statement, and what a win.
Whether you're in the market for a new boat or just need service or accessories for an existing boat, turn to Overby Marine. Now with 2 locations in Kittrell and Lake Gaston, Overby Marine offers the highest quality marine products and services, including the latest from Sea Ray, Centurion, Avalon, Bennington, as well as Sea Pro Center Console. Overby Marine also offers the largest selection of parts in the region, along with full-service facilities at their 2 locations. So stop by or give them a call at 252-586-3593 or online at overbymarine.com. Overby Marine. Don't let adventure pass you by.
Imagine pulling up to PNC Arena and your very own custom Harley-Davidson. Well, that dream can become a reality. The Law Tigers, Tobacco Road Harley-Davidson, Shiny Side Paint, and your Carolina Hurricanes are teaming up to give the Ultimate Caniac a custom Hurricanes 2023 Harley-Davidson Softail. The bike will be given away live on the ice at the game on April 5th, and you might just win it. Go to caniacsbike.com. That's caniacsbike.com for your chance to win this custom painted beauty of a bike. Do it now. Enter today.
We're back at GRUB with the head coach of the Blue Devils, Kara Lawson. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday night. Coach, we mentioned a lot about the bye week that your team is coming out of as you get ready to play this week. Do you feel like this bye for your team came at a good time?
I mean, I think it's just how you respond to it and how you look at it. I mean, I remember having a conversation with our team last year about the bye, and, I'm going to make up a stat here, which I rarely do, but it was something like the 6 teams before us that had the bye when we got to the bye last year, something like that. Maybe they went 2-4 or something after the bye. Like, it was not a high rate of success. There were more losses than wins. That I'm pretty sure I'm remembering that correctly. And so last year I remember talking to our team about, like, sometimes the bye causes you to relax, or you haven't been in that competitive cauldron for 7 days, and then all of a sudden, like, you are again, and it's like, whoa. When you're used to that rhythm of, like, every Thursday, every Sunday, we're battling. Every Thursday, every Sunday, we're battling. So I think it's all how you look at it and all, if your team's focused and ready to go. And I think if you are, it can be good because it is a long season. It's nice to come up for air at different times. But, man, you better be ready. You know, we haven't faced anything since Thursday.
Yeah.
So, like, we got to be ready for a team that's going to come at us, you know, a week later. So I think as a coach sometimes, you know, we're always worried about the negative things that could happen. But I'm hopeful our group's going to play well.
You talked about that competitive culture and not being able to have it during the bye week. Are there ways as a coach or as a staff that you can mimic that being in that environment during a bye week?
No. I mean, people say that you can scrimmage, you can play against your practice team, you can do all that. You can say, you know, if you miss this shot, you've got to do it down and back. But, like, that's different than being on the free throw line down 2 with 10 seconds left and 2 free throws. Like, how do you mimic that pressure? You don't.
You don't, yeah.
I mean, you don't. So, yes and no. I mean, I think more than anything, what we try to do instead of, like, mimicking the competitive environment is keeping the standard high. You know, keep the standard high of, like, what our level should be in terms of our execution and how we're playing and what it needs to be, not what it should be, what it needs to be for us to have success at the game. That we hold them to that as much as we can every day in practice. But, yeah, I mean, I think it's just anyone that's played anything. I mean, it's just different in the game. Didn't you find it different in the game?
I did. With a little bit of competitive sports I played, yeah.
Yeah.
Always different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I found it different, too.
Extra rest, though. I mean, you got 8 games left to go in the season. Does the rest help your team as we get into February? You've got a couple extra days to heal the bodies, maybe the nicks and the bruises and the bumps.
Yeah, I think it's physical and mental. You know, the physical piece of it to get a couple extra days off, but also the mental piece for them to get away from the gym and have a couple days where they're off and they're not seeing because we see each other every day. It's good. I believe in those things. I believe in just like getting away, stepping away for pockets of time or for a day at a time. Like I believe in that because it's important to recharge, not just physically, mentally. This is a long slog for these players mentally as well. And so we're always trying to stay in tune with not only where their bodies are, but where are their minds as well. Are they sharp and are they ready to play?
You know, it's weird this year. We've talked about having the 2 byes, the one earlier because you played the early ACC game. Then you had the holiday break, another bye. Does it allow you to break up the season into segments at all with your team?
We did talk about that. Yes, we do talk about that because it's hard to look at the 18-game schedule in full.
Sure.
Right? And so you talk about, week by week, what you have in front of you, and then certainly game by game, what you have in front of you. So we have talked about it. It was segmented the way our byes presented themselves. I think we played 2 weeks in a row, and then we had a bye, and then 3 weeks in a row, and then we had a bye, and now 4 weeks in a row. So it's kind of a natural progression to where we should be at this juncture playing our hardest stretch right now. If you're not ready to play it in February, you're not going to be ready to play it at all during the season.
What were the biggest things you wanted to accomplish in the bye as it relates to your team?
I think execution offensively is something we worked on a lot. We worked on that, and it's something that you're always working on through the season, to be honest, but it gave us some time to just focus on ourselves in that way, not necessarily against a specific team or specific defense. And then, obviously, not turning the ball over. And that I would say that's an offshoot of the execution. Like, part of execution is not throwing the ball to the other team. So hopefully we'll do that not as much in these last 4 weeks. And then defensively, we went back to a little bit more of just fundamental stuff because when you're preparing for teams, your scheme is specific to them in terms of how you're going to guard them. So you're going to play this action this way and this player this way, and that changes game to game. But your base, your core of what you do defensively, that, at least for us, doesn't change. And so we went back to that because if you let that lay fallow for too long in the season, like that, you start to see slippage there, and your excellence there starts to erode a little bit. So defensively, we went back to that stuff, and then obviously we're getting into more scheme-specific stuff now that our game is upon us. You mentioned offensive execution. I want to talk about some numbers in ACC play because, as you've pointed out, that's the only way you can compare everybody in the league is in ACC stuff. Apples, yeah.
Your team is shooting 45% from the field in ACC games this year. That's second in the conference. You feel like that's a good indicative? Is that indicative of how well your team has played offensively?
Wait, you're saying we're good on offense too?
I'm saying we're getting better. Yeah, I'm saying there have been really good games.
I've never heard that before, that we're good on offense.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Most people just like to talk about our defense.
Coach, I'm trying to talk about all the good things.
Oh. Well, I'm glad you brought that up. Second in the ACC in field goal percentage.
In
Yeah,
ACC
that's pretty
games,
good.
Yeah, 45%.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like that. Hopefully that can continue. We'll need it to continue
will.
in this schedule that we have coming up. I think we have a talented group.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have a number of players, as we've seen this year, with the ability to lead us in scoring. When you've watched throughout the season, a number of our players have had big games. And on any given night, I feel really confident that any of them can step up and make big shots and have big games. And so hopefully that trend continues. The balance has really helped us. Just having, multiple players. I mean, it's even sometimes half to half. Like someone might be hot in the first half and then someone else gets hot in the second half. So we'll need that to continue. We're going against some of the best teams in our league. So we'll need to play well offensively for sure.
Take a break, come back to GRUB and have more with Coach after this on the Blue Devil Sports Network from Learfield.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Order Bud Light online today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
For any surface in every season, Continental Tire is the smart choice in tires. From ultra-high performance tires like the Extreme Contact Sport to passenger touring tires to all-terrain light truck tires like the Terrain Contact AT, Continental has a tire that gives you confidence no matter the road conditions. Whether you're looking for summer, all-season, or winter tires, Continental Tire has something to fit your needs. Visit ContinentalTire.com to find your ideal tire. Continental Tire, a proud partner of the Duke Blue Devils.
Harris Teeter is proud to assist our communities and our partners every day with their food and pharmacy needs. This year we've partnered with Duke, Wake Forest, UNC, and NC State to bring you the Big Four Grocery Assist promotion. Each week, one lucky contestant is chosen, and they win $5 in free groceries for every assist by each Big Four school that week. Plus, Harris Teeter will donate $10 for every assist throughout the season to the local food bank to support those in need. Visit HarrisTeeter.com and look for the Grocery Assist page to enter today.
Get ready. The Chatley Boat Show and Sale is coming to the State Fairgrounds February 8th through the 11th at the Car Scott Building. It'll be filled to the max with boats ready for immediate delivery featuring Suzuki Outboards, Chop Center Console, runabouts, deck boats, bass boats, pontoons, aluminum boats, and more, all under one roof. Boat Show only savings, discounts up to $8,000, factory rebates, and special financing on site. The Chatley Boat Show and Sale February 8th through the 11th at the Car Scott Building on the State Fairgrounds, featuring Suzuki Outboards, free admission and parking.
We're back at GRUB with the head coach of the Blue Devils, Carol Lawson. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday night. Coach, let's get into some audience questions for the folks that are here tonight. Jim just says, hey, tremendous improvement in the layups.
Oh, well, I'm glad she's here tonight to be on the show. That's a Coach Tia special for our forwards. So I agree. We've done a good job.
Any new offensive plays coming as you have time to work on it?
Oh, yeah, sure. They're always in there. It doesn't matter time. Like, we're always throwing stuff in there.
You're not
going
to, and we don't want you to give anything away on the offensive plays here on the radio show.
No, I mean, I wouldn't do that, but I'm saying, yes, we're always adding, things to our offense, tweaks, as we're seeing maybe we're being easily guarded in a specific play over the last couple games, and we make a tweak to it. So we're always, as a staff, trying to figure that stuff out.
All right, this is from Barbara. Not a question, just a statement. Rob and I feel that we and Duke are immensely blessed to have you at the women's basketball helm, along with the incredible staff you have together, including you, Chris. That's very nice.
Oh, wow.
That's very nice. Thank you.
Did you add your name on the end of that?
No, you can
That's
look.
not written.
No, it says, including you, Chris.
Oh, yeah, okay.
The president of my fan club.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
We'll get back to some audience questions a little bit later on.
I got you.
Let's talk about the offensive end of the floor a little more now. We mentioned the depth that you have offensively. 5 players scored 8 points or more on Thursday at Pittsburgh. So getting to the final month of the season, how important is it to have that balance and that depth offensively?
You know, I think it's important. We're going to start a stretch here. A lot of our schedules, like the second time we're playing folks. And so they just have more of a familiarity with you and what you try and do. So I think having balance the second time around is really important when we're going up against, some of the top defenses in the league.
How about Jaden Donovan? We talked about her a lot last week during the show. It just seems like she's developed into such a playmaker for your offense. And maybe the ball just finds the playmakers when she has the opportunity to get it and score.
Listen, Jaden is doing an incredible job for us, and she's grown so much. There's times I'll watch practice now and just smile or clap at what she's doing because she was not doing that, a month ago or 2 months ago or 3 months ago. Like, she will see things now, whereas before we were trying to get her to see things. And again, this is normal as a freshman. And so to see how far she's come and how much she's impacting our team. And she's a player that you have to kind of know a little bit about the game to understand her full impact. And you'll hear coaches say this all the time. It's not in the box score. I don't know if people know what that means or whatever. But my point is with Jaden is her versatility offensively and defensively really is a game changer for us. I mean, she can guard all the positions on the floor. She can play all the positions on the floor. I mean, think about that. As a freshman in the ACC, like the ability to do that. It allows our defense to be more layered, and we can play things more multiple because of her versatility. And we have other players' versatility that helps us. It's not just Jaden, but you asked me the question specifically about Jaden. She is just across the board so impactful. And, the stats don't do it justice. How she allows us to scheme offensively and defensively is different. And, I can't even find a sport or a position that would be analogous to that. I mean, I don't know what it would be like. I mean, football's probably the closest, but I don't know, because she can, if she was a football player, she could, play with her hand in the dirt, and then she could play linebacker, and then she could play in the secondary. And there's nobody that does that.
No.
Or maybe I'm missing somebody that does that. But that's what she's like on defense. So it's pretty good.
Take another break. We'll come back and have more with Coach from GRUB after this on the Blue Devil Sports Network from Learfield.
Duke fans know about excellence and achievement and the value of a Duke education. So when someone is injured and needs legal help, it makes sense to call the law offices of James Scott Farron, a statewide law firm managed by a Duke Law graduate. If you're injured in an auto accident or on the job, call on the Hurt Line, 1-800-HURT-LINE. The law offices of James Scott Farron, headquartered near Duke at 555 Mangum Street in Durham, North Carolina.
Steel gives you more than just reliable landscaping tools. Steel gives you battery-powered equipment trusted by the pros. From mowers and blowers to chainsaws and trimmers, take on your outdoor space with a name pros trust. Right now, save $20 on the BGA 57 battery blower set, including the AK-20 battery and AL101 battery charger. Real Steel. Find yours at steeldealers.com. Available for a limited time at participating dealers while supplies last.
Hear that? That's the sound of new digital instants from the North Carolina Education Lottery. Now, you can play right from your phone and win real cash prizes. It may all sound new, but winning, oh yeah, big money, is as thrilling as ever. Register to play digital instants for a whole new way to win. Must be 18 to play. See prize and odds charts at nclottery.com/digital-instants for details. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
John Forsland here from my friends at Buffalo Brothers. You know the big game is right around the corner, and it's time to start thinking about big game parties. Don't be that guy that doesn't get the best wings in town. So order your wings today from Buffalo Brothers. Come and get Buffalo Brothers Super Special. 2 large pizzas and 20 wings for just $46.99. That's food for the whole family for just $46.99. But remember, order today as pickup times fill up fast. Buffalo Brothers, oh man, now I want wings.
We're back at GRUB with the head coach of the Blue Devils, Carol Lawson. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday night. Coach, this is such a cliche question, but I'm going to ask it anyway because they don't know any better. 21 games into the season, do you feel like, you're talking about Jaden a second, do you feel like freshmen are no longer considered freshmen now because they have so much game experience underneath their belt?
Depends how they play.
Sure.
When they play poorly, I think they're freshmen. When they play good, I say, wow, you're growing up. So it depends on the night.
Yeah, it can change day to day.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Reagan for a second. Double figures in 4 of the last 5 games. Where have you seen her growth offensively recently for your club?
Reagan?
Yeah.
Reagan Richardson?
Yeah.
I love Reagan Richardson. She's she's just grown a lot, and I'm so proud of her. I love just how she's challenged herself to be better, to be more assertive physically, to be more assertive mentally, to take, ownership of her performance just in positive ways, and how she's just continued to push through and be resilient when there are inconsistent performances, which come no matter what year you are, right? Like whether you're a freshman or a senior, sophomore, junior, you're going to have good games and bad games. And Reagan's response to those are just so much more mature than they were a year ago. And that's awesome. That's the best part about coaching, is to see the growth and to see the maturity. She's obviously a amazing player, our leading scorer, really complete on both ends for us. Understands our system and is in the right places 99% of the time. And so, yeah, I can't say enough good things about Reagan. I love coaching her. I love her as a person. And, just lucky to have her on our team.
You said it, I think, a couple of weeks ago. Just Reagan was one of those players last year. You didn't necessarily need her to score to win the game. But this year, you need her to score to win a lot of those games. And I think that's just another example of the growth and maturity that she's displayed this year.
Yeah, that's true. Like last year, if Reagan didn't score the ball well, we could still win. And it happened, multiple times. And she wasn't one of our, I don't know if she was our 4th leading scorer or 5th leading scorer, whatever it was. And she was a pivotal player for us last year. That doesn't mean she wasn't important. It's just if she didn't score it well, or if she got in foul trouble, like we could put in DeJesus, or we could put in Ashlyn, or we could put in other players. And this year, when you go from sophomore to junior, you go from underclassmen to upperclassmen, like the expectation is like yeah, we're going to count on you more. We still count on our freshmen and sophomores a lot, but we have to, as a staff, have the ability to be able to count on you more when you're a junior and senior. And so she's embraced that, and I think she understands that we need her to play well, and she goes out there and, listen, Reagan has been with us for a year, almost 2 years. I can't remember Reagan not playing hard in a practice or a game. Honestly, I'm not like, Reagan practices hard and works out hard and plays games hard every time. Now, has there been times she hasn't played well? Of course. But she gives you an honest effort every single day. That's probably my favorite thing about her, is you absolutely know that she's going to come in practice every day and work hard.
You talked about the veterans on this team. We're into the final 8 games of the season, as you know, playing teams twice, as you've already said. Is this the time of year where you really start to lean in on your veterans to help carry your team?
It's hard for me to talk about this because you're going to get me emotional. I don't want to do that right now.
Okay.
I love my seniors. I do know that every day is one less day that I have with them, so I'm mindful of that. They are doing and about all the things you would want them to be about, and they are impacting our games in real ways on both ends. If I could keep them for 4 more years, I would. If I could keep him for 4 more days, I would. But that's how I feel every year about the players that have decided to come here and invested in our program and given just great effort in the classroom and on the court at Duke. And so I try not to think about the dwindling number of games and the dwindling number of days, because I don't want to miss moments with them because I'm preoccupied about what I'm going to miss about them when they leave. I want to be as present as I can to enjoy the times that I have with them.
Is this the reason why you play that tough non-conference schedule, to prepare your team for a stretch like this?
Well, yeah, if we win them, I'll say that. If we lose them, I'll probably say something different. I mean, you know how this coaching thing works.
I get it,
We
yeah.
just kind of use the result and flip it around. That was the hope.
Yeah,
that we
sure.
would be in challenging environments, that we would play challenging competition, so that this wouldn't surprise us. Of course, that doesn't guarantee a result, but we've been in challenging environments. We're going to be in challenging environments all February. Our players, this will not be the first time, and then we're going to have to play well. You know, that's the thing. Like, you can be in challenging environments. You can play a challenging non-conference. You can be in a great conference. At the end of the day, you have to play well in the big games to win. It doesn't matter what you did before or how you prepared for it. Like, in the moment, you have to play well. And that is, quite honestly, my favorite part about sports. Is you can talk a lot, you can do a lot, you can prepare a lot, but ultimately, at the end of the day, in the game, you have to play well in order to earn the victory. And that's how it should be. You know, you should have to play well in the big games to get it. And the team that plays better wins. And that's why we love it, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, that's why I love watching it. That's why I love coaching it. That's why I love playing it, because you don't know till you get there and you're in it. And it's a roller coaster, and it takes you in ups and downs, but it's the best. Like, I don't even like roller coasters. I don't go to amusement parks, but I feel like I have 35 roller coasters throughout the year for 2 hours at a time. I mean, if you go to Disney World, it only lasts 2 minutes.
That's right.
Mine's last 2 hours.
That's true.
The roller coaster.
Yeah.
So I'm on them a lot.
You are.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're going to talk to Coach Tia coming up in the next segment.
Oh, she's the best.
But, yeah, just a word about her and what she means to you and to the program.
Yeah, she. Listen, there's not a staff member that has been more influential or more integral to our success as a program than Tia Jackson. There is not a staff member that has been more influential in my individual growth as a coach than Tia. And so that, we are not where we are as a program. I am not where I am as a coach without her. And, there's many things about her that make her special. But the thing for me that she provides is she's unfailingly honest about what she thinks about anything you ask her. And she'll tell you about yourself if you're in the wrong about something or she disagrees with you. I can't tell you how valuable that is to have people. And I see people nodding their head, because if everyone around you is always telling you how good you are or how every decision you make is right, you have the wrong people around you. You know what I mean? Like, you have the wrong people around you and so for me, that has been like, I can't even put a value on that, because, not that I like it all the time.
Sure.
Not that it feels good all the time. But whenever I reflect and look back on when we got here to where we are now, okay, a large part of that success traces back to hiring Tia Jackson at Duke. And so I'm thankful that she agreed to come, that, she continues to stay, and we're all better. I mean, she was here before. A lot of people nodding their head because they've known her a long time. She was here before. She is one of the best coaches in the country, and our program's fortunate to have her.
I will talk to Coach Tia coming up after this on the Blue Devil Sports Network from Learfield.
Have you checked out shop.duke.edu? Duke University's very own online store is where you'll find hundreds of items nobody else carries. We offer the only collection of Duke merchandise in the world that actually comes from Duke University. For unique designs, your favorite logos, and high-quality products, visit shop.duke.edu, where real Duke fans shop.
Going to hoist up a three. How about another dagger?
This is Duke head women's basketball coach Kara Lawson. When it comes to keeping our team healthy, we turn to the team at Duke Sports Medicine. They offer full-service sports medicine care at locations throughout the Triangle, where you can see the same experts used by Duke Athletics. Make an appointment or learn more at dukehealth.org/sportsmedicine. Go Duke.
The crowd will rise as one, and what a statement, and what a win.
And now another no-brainer money-saving tip from Progressive.
That doesn't sound good.
The paper shredder's jammed, but I think I fixed it.
Oh, well, try shredding these $50 bills then.
Seems like it's working.
Better try another $400.
Stop. Instead of using money, use regular paper. And here's a better tip from Progressive on how not to waste money. Don't pay too much for car insurance. Drivers who switch and save could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Febreze.
Fabric Talk. Hey, it's me, your couch. Today's my favorite day of the week. Febreze Fabric Spray Day. The occasional deep cleans are nice, but in between, you know I'm needing a refresh. Ooh, here she comes with the Febreze Fabric Spray. Oh yeah, spritz them armrests. Don't be shy. Nothing like a good spray down to get me smelling so fresh and clean. Don't forget my back. Nice. Febreze Fabric Spray. It's just that easy. Now we can both breathe happy. Febreze. La 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 la.
We're back at GRUB with the head coach of the Blue Devils, Kara Lawson. Also joining us, happy to have Tia Jackson with us. There we go, yeah. You can clap for Coach Tia. Great to see you again.
Thank you, Chris.
Great to have you here. You, as Coach mentioned, you've been here a couple different times. This is your second stint here, so I think you're uniquely qualified more so than anybody else to answer this. What makes Duke such a special place?
Oh, the people. I mean, I'm sitting here with some very familiar faces, and the loyalty of our community and the support of athletics here, the institution in itself, just is, unmatched, and just super excited to be back here, to be here with Kara, beyond just touched and moved that, I was able to be given this second chance.
You played for C. Vivian Stringer in college. What was it like playing for Coach Stringer?
Probably a lot like playing for Pat. Tough as nails. I mean, it was kind of she loved you hard.
Yeah.
She coached you hard. Never, wanted us to not come in and do exactly what she talked about in Reagan, which is come in and work your tail off. There is no other way to do things for us. And she expected that not just on the floor, but off the floor, in the classroom and in life. And, I keep those small little nuggets from her in my head, and, I never look back.
Who was a better college player, you or Karen Lang?
She's my point guard. I can't be who I am without Karen. So,
See,
it's important to know that, someone that believes in you will serve you the ball when you're best suited to get it. And, that was great.
But how cool is that, though? How cool is that for you, though, that you were able to play, with Karen, now you're able to coach with her? It's just kind of basketball coming full circle, isn't it?
Oh, we speak a very similar language, and it starts with defense. So, we don't know how to get offense unless we're doing it on the other end. So that's kind of how our minds work. That's how we were taught as players. We come out, we bust our tails that way, and it usually reaps a great benefit on the other end.
And tell me about this group defensively especially, and what's so much fun about being around this group and being able to coach this team and seeing them get better on the defensive end.
It's the eager eyes.
Yeah.
I feel like every time they come into practice, it's like a kid in a candy store. What next? What can I have? And I just love that about them. It's every position on the floor. We have a tremendous leader here, and they are grasping onto every nugget, every message, every just little small message and lesson they can get from her every single day. So
you work with the post players a lot, too. I want to ask you about that group specifically and the improvement that you've seen in that group and just the joy that they have. It seems like being around one another on a daily basis.
First of all, I love my group of young women. I mean, I just hug them every day. I just can't get enough of them. Coach was talking about like watching a few of the upperclassmen go at the end of the season, and it just, I was getting emotional thinking about it myself, Coach.
Yeah.
I truly enjoy working with these ladies. They want it. As Coach mentioned, as an overall group, they're not always doing everything the right way, but they want to. And that's half the battle, you know, is that they are willing participants in everything that we give them, and they are trying their tails off to just please us and do well and do everything this one's asking of them. And, you know, what more can you ask for?
As you go out on the recruiting trail looking for future Blue Devils, what are the biggest things beyond the basketball skill set and the academics? What are the other things, the intangibles maybe, that you're looking for to be part of this program?
I was just talking with a few prospects today just about, you know, when you're watching, it's one thing to watch like a stream, a game on video or you know, on your computer or TV, but it's another thing to be live and watching them. You get to see one thing when they're not playing, the game's not going well for them. How are they on the bench? How are they interacting and engaging with their other teammates? When the coach says something to them, is there eye contact? Is there no eye contact? The camera usually leaves the play one end when it's following the ball, so we might see a kid just stay down on the floor and not hustle back, and I'm like, yeah. So you start marking red flags, yellow flags, green flags, looking for the players that fit us. We love two-way players, but also finding players that will be a great example and an extension of our leader. You know, she's into building that and building young future leaders of this world. And, you know, we want kids that not only want that, but they're using basketball as the platform to achieve that. And so that's what, you know, we find those little nuggets in kids when we're watching them. And, you know, I love reporting certain things back. So when I was talking to a couple of kids today, I'm telling them exactly what I saw. Some good, some great, some indifferent. And they were very grateful. And that's the best we can do.
Let's talk about the final 8 games of the regular season for this team. What are the biggest keys to being successful?
Don't look down to the 8th game. Look, you know, one game at a time. You know, we got Wake this Thursday. It's important that we continue to grow. February is the month to see, you know, those previous months, how well we have kind of come together as a team. You know, certain players need you talked about Karen and I playing, certain players need to receive balls a certain way. We should not be in that space right now. We should have already accomplished that in the previous months on, you know, how we're just kind of fine-tuning things as opposed to implementing a lot of things. Right now, we're just kind of tweaking and, you know, and thank God for this one. She lets us focus on the defense a lot. And, you know, it has definitely catered to our offense because you talked earlier in the program about our percentage going up in conference play, and that's huge for us. So.
Let you go with this thought. We've been talking about it now for a couple of weeks with the staff about this player versus staff basketball game.
Come on, Chris.
I know you're going to get down there and mix it up, aren't you, a little bit? Come on.
Just put me on their best player. End of story. Put me on Reagan. Put me on Ash. Put me on T. Put me on Luke. Put me on Kennedy. I don't care. Whoever's hot that game, first half, second half, put me on them.
Shut down. Game over.
It's a wrap.
Game over.
Yeah.
It's a wrap on this segment, too. Coach T, you're the best. Thanks so much. We'll have more from GRUB in a moment on the Blue Devil Sports Network.
And we're back with the action. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an irresistible taste and zero sugar, Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any sports fan. So make sure you... Wait, Jim, I didn't mean try it right now. We're still on the air.
Best Coke ever? Take a taste, Jen.
Really?
No, not right now, Jen. We got a game to call.
I feel happy. Valero Pay Plus app.
I feel happy. It makes savings a snap.
Use it and start saving automatically.
You just save some money. Not too shabby.
I feel happy. Real fast.
I feel happy. Now pit stops are a blast.
Download today and get in on the fun. Valero Pay Plus app. Your savings have begun.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free. explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-952-1155. That's 800-952-1155.
We're back at GRUB with the head coach of the Blue Devils, Carol Lawson, on this Tuesday night. Thanks so much for joining us. Coach, let's kind of talk a little bit about the week coming up for your team. And before we get specifically into this week, a couple of promotions that I want to talk about. Thursday night against Wake Forest, honoring Black excellence as we start Black History Month, an important night to continue to remember all of those that gave so much.
Yeah, an awesome time to just reflect on the impact of African Americans in not just, obviously African Americans in our country, but Black excellence all over the world. And so it's great to be able to have a night that we can do that within our Duke community, and certainly being here at Duke, being the first Black head basketball coach at Duke. That's something that I'm really proud of, to be able to be a representation of that for not just the Duke community, but for the whole college basketball community at an institution like this. It's an important platform, and I think the visual of that at Duke is really powerful.
Sunday against North Carolina is the National Girls and Women in Sports Day promotion, which was really cool. Had a great National Girls and Women in Sports Day clinic a couple of weeks ago, which was awesome. And then Monday against Notre Dame will be the Pink Game as well. So a lot of great promotions coming up.
Yeah, I mean, to have a few of our players work the clinic and to be able to interact with young girls from the area that are interested in many sports, not just basketball. They got an opportunity to kind of taste a lot of different sports at the clinic, and then to be able to have, I think we have over 300 girls coming to the game on Sunday as our National Girls and Women's in Sports Day game, and then certainly Play for K and honoring Kay Yao, but also being focused on raising money for cancer, for breast cancer specifically, impacts our community, impacts our personal lives, and it's always good to keep that initiative close and to give it promotion and to be able to support it.
Don't want to get too far ahead. Obviously, the game against Thursday against Wake Forest is very important, but the game Sunday is sold out. So just a word from you just on the community coming out and supporting this group again against North Carolina on Sunday.
Yeah, I think this team is completely worthy of your support. And, the people that are here are ones that follow us, all the time. And so I'll start with them, thanking them for our support, for their support of our team when there's not 7,000 other people in the building. And then to see the community rally around this team and sell out Cameron, like you said, over 9,300 people in there on Sunday for women's basketball. It's an amazing opportunity for our group, and I'm hopeful we'll be able to do that for a couple more regular season games to end the year. We have some big time teams coming in, and there is no doubt when Cameron is rocking that our team plays with a different type of energy.
Want to also point out for folks that are coming to the game on Sunday, Club Blue Devil opens at 12:30. Food and drinks. We encourage folks to come early. Make Sunday just a whole experience. And then if you go to goduke.com/experiences, you can sign up to shoot some free throws on the court after the post-game mingle. So a couple of really cool experiences on Sunday that we hope people will take advantage of those.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah. Some audience questions now. Deb says, not really a question, but I hear the new puppies are back.
No, we don't have any puppies yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think they're on campus, though.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, I think there's some on campus.
No, I haven't seen them yet. I haven't met them yet.
A couple other questions. What do people often wrongly assume about you?
Huh. How long is the segment?
You got about 3 more minutes.
3 minutes?
Yeah.
Most things.
Okay.
I think most things, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, like personality-wise, how my personality is, I think they wrongly assume what my personality's like. I'm very nice.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. I'm very direct. But I don't think they wrongly assume that. That's hard to wrongly assume
They
that.
rightly assume that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they just know that. I'm very sensitive. Not in, I'm emotional. I cry a lot in front of the team. Most people don't know that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not like every day.
No, sure.
But
every
I
once in a
do.
while.
Yeah. No, not every once in a while. I mean, pretty regularly.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not ashamed of that. I mean,
nothing wrong with that.
If something, it's always like, if something is that powerful to, move you to that type of emotion, then it's something that you care about, good or bad. Sometimes I cry when I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do that? Cry when you're happy?
Yeah.
You do?
I have before, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that.
Yeah,
when
I
I'm
do
happy
that too. Yeah. Not always when you're sad, Just
Not always when I'm sad.
No. Sometimes when you're angry too. I get like.
Do you cry when you're angry?
Yeah.
I don't know that I've cried when I'm angry.
Oh yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I think I just yell when I'm angry.
Well, I do a lot of things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another audience question. You speak a lot about being proud of the team. When's the last time you were proud of yourself?
Proud of myself?
Yeah.
I'm proud of myself a lot. Like.
Yeah.
It's not like I honestly, like, don't you have to be your biggest hype person?
Absolutely.
I feel like in life, like, you have to be like the person that's proud of yourself more than other people. So I'm proud. Honestly, I'm proud. I'm proud when I work out in the morning before practice, when I get up early enough. Doesn't that make me proud when you do that?
Yes.
Like little things. I'm proud of myself for little things. Like, I'm proud if I choose to eat the vegetables and not the cookie.
Yep.
Like, that makes me proud.
Yep.
Like, little moments throughout the day, I have little moments of pride. And then, I try my best to, reflect as often as I can, on the individual journey I've been on and where it's taken me, and be proud that I've navigated it. Not necessarily accomplished it, but navigated it, and still maintain, just a positive outlook, and try to impact people as best as I can. So I just take a lot of pride in being able to do that in the simple things of what I try to do every day, and not give into negativity, and not give into just what other people want you to be, and just be unique to who you are, and try and do the right things.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back and wrap things up with Coach after this from GRUB on the Blue Devil Sports Network from Learfield.
For any surface in every season, Continental Tire is the smart choice in tires. From ultra-high performance tires like the Extreme Contact Sport to passenger touring tires to all-terrain light truck tires like the Terrain Contact AT, Continental has a tire that gives you confidence no matter the road conditions. Whether you're looking for summer, all-season, or winter tires, Continental Tire has something to fit your needs. Visit ContinentalTire.com to find your ideal tire. Continental Tire, a proud partner of the Duke Blue Devils.
Whether you're in the market for a new boat or just need service or accessories for an existing boat, turn to Overby Marine. Now with 2 locations in Kittrell and Lake Gaston, Overby Marine offers the highest quality marine products and services, including the latest from Sea Ray, Centurion, Avalon, Bennington, as well as Sea Pro Center Console. Overby Marine also offers the largest selection of parts in the region, along with full-service facilities at their 2 locations. So stop by or give them a call at 252-586-3593 or online at overbymarine.com. Overby Marine. Don't let adventure pass you by.
Duke fans know about excellence and achievement and the value of a Duke education. So when someone is injured and needs legal help, it makes sense to call the law offices of James Scott Farron, a statewide law firm managed by a Duke Law graduate. If you're injured in an auto accident or on the job, call on the Hurt Line, 1-800-HURT-LINE. The law offices of James Scott Farron, headquartered near Duke at 555 Mangum Street in Durham, North Carolina.
Injured in a motorcycle accident? Call 1-800-LAW-TIGERS before you call your insurance company. The insurance company wants to pay you the least amount possible. Law Tigers are riders too, so we understand what your bike and gear are worth and what you're going through after an accident. Your case evaluation is always free, and we don't get paid until your case settles. Call 1-800-LAW-TIGERS, North Carolina's motorcycle lawyers. Law Tigers is a network of independent law firms who are members of the American Association of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers. Law Tigers is not a law firm.
We're back at GRUB to wrap things up with the head coach of the Blue Devils, Kara Lawson. Thanks for joining us tonight. Coach, I got another question in. Sunday versus UNC, also the Dean's Challenge. The School of Nursing, I hear, is coming, and also the Pratt Engineering School is coming, too.
Nice.
So, yeah, so got the challenge of all the different schools coming out. That'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Look forward to seeing a lot of students on Sunday. When you look ahead to Thursday and Sunday, and the two teams are going to play, Wake on Thursday, Carolina Sunday, what are the biggest challenges they're going to present to your club?
I mean, I think at this time of year, everybody has a good understanding of what you're trying to do on both ends, and both of those teams do a great job of scouting and preparing their players to go against us. And so just the challenge is, I think, when they take certain things away, what do we do? How do we figure it out while we're on the go? Adjusting on the fly to maybe things they're trying to do offensively as we're guarding them. It's just kind of like all the stuff after the game starts that I think presents challenges at this time of year because, other programs in our league are very good. The other players in our league are very good. The other coaches in our league are very good. So they come with very good game plans, and you have to figure out how you're going to adjust.
How important is it in the league every year, but especially this year, to hold serve at home, to win the games at home when you have the opportunity?
Yeah, I mean, you have to because of how difficult it is on the road. You have to win your home games. And so for us, presented with a 2 home game week, we understand that, we've got to put our best foot forward to try and win both of these games. But it starts with the first one on Thursday.
A couple of maybe basketball thoughts. What was your go-to pregame music or pregame song when you were playing? Did you have one?
Oh, well, I like Kenny Chesney.
Okay.
He's a country artist. So usually something with Kenny Chesney or a little Sugarland from time to time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite?
Do you know those
I do.
people?
I'm a big Kenny Chesney fan.
Are you?
I am. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Do you have a favorite Kenny song?
I have so many.
Yeah.
I can't pick out one. Okay. I have a lot, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your favorite or best basketball memory?
Certainly like winning a gold medal is like up
yeah.
there, right, from an accomplishment standpoint. But I used to love to play. My next door neighbor growing up had a hoop in his driveway, and he had a flat driveway, and I had a slanted driveway. So he had the hoop because if we'd have had the hoop in my driveway, it would have rolled down the hill.
Yeah.
So we did it his parents did it in his driveway. And we used to play every day after school, every day. Rain, snow. The only time we had to stop was when the street lights came on. We had to come in because it was dark. And I just loved playing. We would play for hours and hours and hours and hours because I just loved playing basketball. And, it was a lower hoop. It wasn't 10 foot because we were little. We were like 4, 4 and 5. We played every day till we were not till we were 18, but probably till we were like 14, 15.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have a pick for the Super Bowl on Sunday?
No, I hadn't thought about it. No, I don't really have a dog in the race.
I don't either.
Yeah, I don't know. I like both teams. I really enjoy both teams. So it's hard to pick. I do think San Francisco's the better team, but it's hard to pick against Mahomes.
It is.
He's just really good like that.
He's been there and done it.
Yeah, it's hard to pick against him. So that's the ultimate push.
Okay. I like
there.
it. That's a great place to end. Coach, always enjoy the time, and we'll talk to you before the game on Thursday night.
Thank you, Chris.
Thanks to everybody at GRUB. Thanks for being here. Thanks to Coach, for everybody. I'm Chris Edwards. Good night from GRUB on the Blue Devil Sports Network.
Live from GRUB, you've been listening to the Duke Women's Basketball Radio Show. Our coverage of Duke Women's Basketball has been brought to you by Coca-Cola. They say Coke Zero is irresistibly tasty. Does that make it the best Coke ever? Find out for yourself. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation of the Blue Devils Sports Network.